Sounds great.
Oh, if you guys check out on Twitter,
We're about to tweet.
We posted probably the best intro video. Twitter.com/
I'll post it for you guys.
Yeah, you know the drill. You guys know the drill.
Pardon me. Sorry if that was really gross. I just told you not to do that, and I was like...
It's okay. You know what? It shouldn't be deemed as gross, and I'll tell you why. Because burps happen to all of us. Literally every human.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops. Everybody burps. Everybody pee-pees. So...
Pee-pees.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop just worrying
I like how you
about
emphasize
it.
that.
Pee-pees.
Everybody pee-pees. You're like
just stop worrying about it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I don't know. There's a time and a place.
Yeah.
I don't want people to come in here that are brand new and be like, what the fuck is happening?
No, I mean, you gotta start it off guns a-blazing. You gotta say, like, stop being so uncomfortable with burps and farts and poops and pee-pees.
And the pee-pees. You sound like you're, I realize the emphasis sounds like, fucking Bill Cosby. R.I.P. Even though he's not actually dead.
Yikes. His career is, though. Hi-yo! Get what I did there.
Do I do anything else? Oh.
About to start the show in a second. We're just making that post. Again, if you guys don't mind doing us a super solid favor, either retweeting or tweeting your own context of watching the show. Oh my gosh, we're here. Surprise. Surprise. Coming at you live with fish bread. Breadfish.
Oh shit. Things are loading. Oh, it's because I'm uploading. Oh!
What's loading?
Oops, hold on. We can't have that.
You could have Spider-Man. Well, I'll cover this. I'll just cover this.
Spider-Man, I think, could be there. Maybe.
There you go. How's that?
We'll drink it like this.
Yeah, drink it like this. Now I got some on my forehead. Hey guys, welcome to the Exp Talk Show. We're back here in studio. It is September the 20th. Today's a special day.
Yeah, we're swimming with the breadfish.
Swimming with the breadfish.
Breadfish edition of the XP Talk Show.
Say breadfish 5 times fast. Go.
Breadfish. Breakfast. It sounds like I'm saying breakfast, but with no teeth. Breakfast.
All right, we're going to start the show with an activity. You could do this at home. Say breadfish, and I don't care how like weird it makes you sound if you're like in a house with other people, in an apartment with other people, but I want you guys to say breadfish 5 times fast, and then congratulate yourself if you could do it.
And if you're brave enough... Wait, no, that's... No,
breadfish.
That sounds like a challenge. If you guys respond to the tweet saying breadfish 5 times fast, I will appreciate it. And
via video. Like, we would love this. Like, I think a next level to, like, kind of break down those different portals and the dimension between us and you guys is that you send in those videos of you guys saying breadfish 5 times. That would just make my
It just
day.
sounded like you were getting more drunk somehow. Breadfish.
So that's a fun little activity we'd like to start the show. But as you guys can tell, we are the XP Talk Show buddies.
It's a lovable boy.
You got KonkyTalks 64.
You got R2Lee2.
We're both here back in the studio. We took a week off. Hello to everyone. Got toast cod. All right, that's good. If we can come up with terms for like how funny this is, like
say toast cod,
like maybe like tuna rye tuna. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Toast cod. That's also fun to say.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? We're here.
We're on
back.
the show.
We're back in the studio. We took a week off.
Yeah.
We got some fun stuff to talk to you guys. If you guys don't mind, we might be taking drinks of our.
We're taking drinks.
Protein shakes. Steve made them. Dude, peanut butter, blueberries, protein powders, spinach.
Let's say hi to all the people first. By the way, Jordan Gusta, my good old dude, man, bro. Ivalashi, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Jobish, my sweet man. Let me give you a smooch.
Oh,
Mwah.
Double smooches.
Schmo Gaming.
Mwah.
Jesse, Drinky Bear.
You got all the friends in here.
Jesse, seriously, before we get started,
do your thing.
Jesse commissioned artwork of me without me knowing.
Great.
And it made me so happy. Like, I was like...
When you got it, you're probably like...
We emailed it to me, and I didn't even read the text, because I was like, whenever I get messages from Jesse, he does, like, really funny, just mock-ups on Photoshop. Like, all the weird, stupid shit you've seen me post.
Yeah.
That is very well done, but also, like, a meme. And, so I was like, oh, man, I wonder what this is, because he emailed it, and when you email something, you know, it's like... Because it wasn't on Twitter, like, hey, I made this really quick. It was like... Yeah. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see it. So he opened it, and then I thought he drew it. He's like, did you even read the email? Because he was like, my friend Ina, blah, 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 @tag, whatever her name is. Ina Buns?
Love it.
Is her name?
Ina Buns?
On Twitter. Was just like, she drew this, I commissioned it forever ago and forgot about it because you were having a hard time. And I want to surprise you with it.
Dude, that's so beautiful, man. That's like really, really kind. So
I wanted a
huge
ugly
shout
cry.
out there. Yeah, dude. Sometimes you gotta let that ugly cry out. You gotta be confident in the fact that things like that make you emotional.
Jesse, thank you so much. Seriously.
Yes. Super huge hype. There's the
that's the picture, I think.
That's the picture.
Let me see.
Just take a look. Everyone take a look. It's magical, dude. Magical.
Oh no, that's the video.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you guys can retweet. Oh my god, you did. Thank you. Here, let me just show you guys this fucking. Look at this fucking picture. Look at that. It's me.
Look at that cozy boy.
I love that I have a shirt.
Look how muscly. Look how muscly you are.
I am muscly, but not like that.
Bulky potato over here.
Look
bulky
at that.
Potato. What did I call you? Sassy?
Dude,
sassy what?
When I saw this, my ego saw it too, and it was like, dude.
Respect. He's good.
I hit
what did I call you yesterday? A sassy. What did I call? I say.
You called me something?
No, it was like a sissy muscle. No, what did I say?
Sassy muscleman.
What did I say? I forgot.
I don't know. Well, welcome to the XP Talk Show.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, welcome. We're back in here. Got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. Got a lot of stuff to catch up on.
Yeah, we were off for a week.
It seems like it's been forever, but we're back in it. So
yeah, it was, dude. It actually a lot of stuff has transpired.
Oh my god!
So I'm excited to catch up. I don't want to spend too much time on it.
We don't have to. Well, we still got to make sure that we talk about at least our last week.
What did you? How was your last week?
Yeah,
oh wait, hold on. Before we get into it, if I could ask a favor from all the mods and the people who are familiar with the show. We do mute alerts until the very end, and then we thank everyone, just so me and Lee can stay on track and not get distracted by shit happening. So if anybody comes in, any raids come in, whatever, please be warm and welcoming as much as you possibly can, and let them know what is happening so that we don't have to constantly be like, oh, we can't do this, we can't talk right now, blah, 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 okay?
We'll pay attention, but we always appreciate the additional support. You guys are great. We'll give you smooches. Give baby smooches.
For those of you guys joining us for the very first time, you guys know me, KonkyTalks64. This is my co-host, R2Lee2, aka Lee.
Coming in hot.
My IRL science best friend. And we made this show a few years
32 years ago.
32 years ago.
Started this show back in 19...
Back when I was a wee sperm.
86.
I was thinking about this in the ball sack for a long time, guys.
Oh yeah. Wasn't even conceptualized when we thought about this show.
Nope.
If you guys have heard us talk about the hive mind, mind collective, this has happened even before we were birthed.
In a parallel universe, there's a version of us not doing a science show.
So technically, in all the combined parallel universes for how long we've been doing this, we've done this for 32 years.
Yeah.
So for those of you who have joined us for a while, thank you for sticking around still.
Yeah.
But this show has evolved over the years into the blossoming, beautiful thing that it is today, to the point where we can have the show in front of codfish bread.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But yeah, we're a science fuel talk show. We talk about philosophy, we talk about life, we talk about our personal experiences, we talk about quite a bit of different things, and we hope you enjoy the experience. Coming soon, an awesome Discord for a community to come together.
Yes.
I showed Lee a little snippet of it, and he was like, that's
it's dope.
Cool.
You say it's dope? Did we just say that at the same time?
No, I didn't.
Oh. That would be cool if we said dope at the same time. But it's really cool. It's got a lot of cool, like, unique things and really customized settings and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for it. It's going to be a really cool thing to follow. So you guys can, like, stay up to date with us instead of having to worry about, like, only talking with us once a week. You want to continue those conversations, build that community, right? We love chatting with you guys and hearing about it. Schmo. That's what I'm calling Schmo-mo.
That's Joe.
Appreciate Joe for the host. So sick, dude. So So yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But
Yep.
just to cover, we like to do this every show too. Before we get into some of the science and the philosophy and the kind of discussional topics. Discussional isn't a word.
No, but it is when you
But
say
it makes sense,
confidently,
though, right?
And you don't hesitate.
See, nothing is. Yeah, right. It's like if you just say
Just
something
continue.
and like you can't even think
Yeah.
about like. I'm pretty sure that person said that wasn't a word. Or
Yeah.
said that no, wasn't
Yeah,
a
you
word.
guys can talk about it
You know what I
amongst
mean.
yourself.
If
Yeah.
I didn't pause, you guys wouldn't have had to say anything.
You guys were like, yeah,
Right.
discussional, yeah.
Right. Okay, now
I
we
remember
have
when I've had discussional topics.
So before we get into that, we always like to cover our last week, just to give you guys a little peek into our worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what we did in the past week. I also like to do. This is kind of one reason why I like to talk about our past weeks. Is because when you're out there and you're always kind of like trying to find new stuff to do and like trying to keep active and stay like always occupied and just like doing things,
Yeah.
Sometimes it literally takes just hearing what other people are doing to be like, that sounds fun and I want to do that too, right?
Yeah. Sharing experiences, maybe.
Exactly, because like that's also another element that we like to do because there are a lot of days in the year, so it's good to try to occupy those times in those
365 days.
It's a lot of days to be able
exact.
to fill up, right?
Yeah.
So for my last week, it was last Friday night. I think if I recall correctly, we just like had some friends over, just like hung out. I know what we did. I do know what we did.
What did you do?
Last Friday night, we had some fun with edible Mary Jane.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. It worked out.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked
Okay,
out.
good.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good time watching Lord of the Rings?
Dude, and we watched Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the King.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The best one.
It was. So quick side tangent.
Explain to the people.
So another thing that we love to do here on the Exp Talk Show, Talkshast Podco, is that we both have ADD, ADHD, so we love to just go into these tangents. We'll just have a whole discussion around it, do the best we can to swoop back into our main topics.
Yeah.
But here's a little side tangent, okay?
Mhm.
Lord of the fucking Rings, okay? What I forgot was that the first Lord of the Rings was 2000 and...
Did you say Fellowship of the King?
No, I didn't. I totally didn't. Yeah, I did, but I didn't mean it. Fellowship of the Ring. You know.
Do you want me to punch him? Am I supposed to
Don't
do that?
punch me. That's not fair. I am a loyal nerd, I swear.
Fake nerd.
Fuck. I ruined it. Fuck.
Fuck you, dude. All
All
right.
right, I lose.
So
Okay,
my
that's
week.
fine.
No.
Yeah, anyway, move on.
No, I'm
But
just-
now I'm gonna never live that down.
That's all right,
Lord
dude.
of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. Okay? Because it was a fellowship, a grouping of these multiple different characters coming together to take the One Ring to Mordor to then destroy Sauron. Okay? Now, so the cookie worked.
Yes.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I was a little bit skeptical going into it because those don't really work on me as much as the other type, right?
Sure.
So, but this one's great.
Cool.
Hit you a little bit of bricks. Elaine passed out, and so I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So ever since I was a kid when they came out, not a kid really, but I was a young teenager when they came out. My dad was like, "Gotta get the extended editions. We're gonna watch the 3.5, 4 hour versions of each movie."
Yep.
So I just remember growing up in that realm and my dad reading us the books and talking about all the lore behind it and stuff.
That's awesome.
But through watching it, it was kind of a crazy moment where it's the first one was from 2001.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah.
That first movie came out.
Just so you guys know, Blade 2 came out in 2002. Blade fucking 2, all right? And when you look at the two movies...
It's the same movie.
Dude, Blade 2, when you look at that movie, you're like, what the fuck is this?
That was the first black superhero on the big screen before Black Panther.
Yeah, that was 98.
Yeah.
In 98, yeah. Blade 1.
Okay, love these side tangents. You see how our brains work?
But
It's
anyway,
pretty
I'm
crazy.
just saying that, the
good.
technical prowess of that, it's from 2001, and it's still fucking...
It's amazing.
Up here.
It holds the fuck up. It's so good. Because it's the animations, the beautiful camera tricks, the set design, the production value is just these movies will literally go down in history. I know it's kind of lame to say, but they'll go down in history as some of the best films of all time.
Oh yeah.
Right? So they're magical.
Yeah,
Great storytelling.
literally.
They're intense. They're it's just incredible, right? So watching through the whole thing, it just kind of takes you back, and like you remember, all those like major line points and stuff, and like a wizard shows up precisely when he needs to, like these like little things. And it was just like, so like Elaine and I were just sitting back watching it, and we're just loving it, right? And then after watching that, I got so soaked in the fact that Stephen Colbert is a huge J.R.R. Tolkien fan. Yeah. Huge. Like, he's a hyper nerd about this stuff, right? So then I went on a tangent of, like, watching videos of him, like, proving his Lord of the Rings knowledge, and it's fucking crazy. Like... Oh, that's funny. You can't pronounce, like, a third of the names.
You got down into a rabbit hole after the movie watching other things related to Lord of the Rings.
So we were just like... So that's what we're going to try to do. I mean, you got to dedicate a night to Lord of the Rings because it's so long.
Of course, yeah.
But, like...
I feel like a day...
So that's what Elaine and I wanted to do, was just dedicate a day to it. But like, we're gonna kind of, I think, sparse it out, or like, spread it out.
I wouldn't watch them back to back. I'd be like, okay, we're gonna dedicate the day, meaning like one movie.
Yeah, right,
and then do whatever you need to.
So it was just like, it was awesome to watch the first one. Can't wait to watch the second one. It's gonna get better and better. Such a great trilogy. The Hobbit trilogy kind of blew. The first one was good. Second one was okay. Third one blew.
I like the first one.
Yeah. I just like the second one because of Smaug.
Yeah.
Smaug. But it was just like super good. So Friday night was that. Saturday was Elaine's bridal shower.
Yep. How did that go?
It was really good. We went to my friend's backyard, and like one of my aunts on my mom's side came, and she, I don't have like the best relationship with my mom's side of the family, but she came, and I love her to death. Like, she's awesome, and my mom couldn't come, but so my aunt didn't have anybody she was gonna know there, and she had to go before. Like, I showed up a little bit later. Yeah, I don't know why, it was weird.
Well, I'd imagine it was like, Elaine's thing, right? Because it's
Elaine's bridal shower.
So you
right?
show up
so that's
as,
why
like,
I thought
the
I was
husband,
right,
and you're just supposed to make an appearance, but like,
I guess that's what it was.
People.
Right.
And that's it. You just kind of like, you're there, but you're not like involved as much.
Yeah.
You're just more of like, I am here.
Right. We played like question games and stuff like that. It was silly and super fun at the same time. But like, but my aunt showed up, and she like, so she had to be there like by herself. She had a great time.
Awesome.
She's like super humble. She's super outgoing. She's really, she
didn't know anybody.
You didn't know anybody. Had a great time.
Great.
Oh, it was such a good time. So I really love her for that, and like, so that was really good. So that was Saturday. Yesterday on my day off, one of the most productive I've had in a hot
What'd you do?
I went to the doctor, took care of some dermatology stuff. Went out to lunch with Elaine. Got a killer burger and a couple good beers.
Nice.
Went to the post office.
Fuck yeah,
went to pick up my prescriptions. Went to Target.
Wow.
Solidified some plans for the wedding. Like, it was just like, it made Elaine dinner, did dishes. Like,
slept well that day.
Dude. Yeah, like last night, man, I was out like a rock, but it was good.
Yeah, man.
Man, it was a good time. It was a good time. So
hell yeah.
That was pretty much my week.
Nice, man.
It was pretty much my week.
Glad to hear it.
Sockatoon.
What
do you got, buddy?
This past week I started my new job.
Yes. I want to hear all about this.
This new job.
This is why I'm glad that he went second, because I want to hear all about this shit.
Let's talk about work-life balance, bros.
Work-life balance.
Perfect.
Really?
Yes.
Do tell.
Work starts at 9, ends at 5. All right. You have the option to work Saturdays if you want. It's voluntary. You don't have to be there on Saturdays. You work from home every Friday.
What?
Guess what tomorrow is?
You get to work from home.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You on like a computer or something like that? Or?
Dude. They gave me a MacBook Air to work. Company provided a computer. Guess what I got to do to this company computer? Put my own stickers on it.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's like yours temporarily.
Yes.
Nice.
Until whatever happens, whatever. But they were like, yeah, you put stickers on it, whatever, that's fine. Just don't put it on the inside. I was like, cool. And I saw the person who was telling me this, and his laptop was filled. And you know me,
really?
I got
a sticker
fuckload of crazy stickers.
You're a sticker boy.
Look at that!
Did
you see my Rick and Morty sticker on my?
I saw that. I saw that like online. And that's awesome.
It came with I got my sister's boyfriend Josh, who's a super sweet guy. I got him a Rick and Morty T-shirt, and
nice.
Rob. I also ordered a bunch of different T-shirts from him, like 3 or 4 other T-shirts, and he gave me stickers that normally cost like $5. He knows my name by now. I ordered so much.
That's so weird.
I don't know. I'm like, hey,
that's
Rob,
cool.
blah blah blah. And he's like, yo, all right, cool.
Hey, buddy, yeah, I'll send you a free sticker. Dude.
I didn't ask. He just did it. It's
So
super sweet.
That's a quick lesson on buy a bunch of shit from local artists and then.
Well,
like,
dude, yeah. I mean, like, I'm a big
Yeah.
proponent of like pins and prints and all that shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, I don't know. You can tell when somebody's. Pins are really weird because like there's some. I kind of get off on a tangent here, but pins like lapel pins are they're either like mass produced and they're made to sell versus I have artwork and I made it into a pin and I really like it only exists here.
Yeah, that's
and it's
the
a
one you want to shoot
representation of what
for.
I want. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, if you think about anything that's just kind of like truly handcrafted and customized. And stuff,
you can tell they spent a lot of time and involved a lot of hours just to make something that cost $10.
That Wolverine that you got.
Yeah,
it's like a perfect example.
Dude, so cool.
Right in the middle of my desk.
Yep.
Staring me in the face every day.
Fucking lighting a cigar.
So
cool. But yeah, so
new job.
New job.
Stickers.
Oh yeah. Yes. Okay, this new job has cold brew coffee on tap. Intelligentsia coffee.
Ooh.
On Grab for free. All of it's free.
On Grab.
Yep, on Grab. You want hot coffee? You got it. You want cold coffee? You got it. You want beer? After 3:30. Today's tap was Dale's Pale Ale and Allagash White. And I was like,
I'll have a brew.
Fuck yeah. And then on top of that, we're 5 minutes away from my favorite brewery ever. Solemnmouth Brewery in Naperville.
Shout out to Solemn Bros.
Solemn Bros.
Solemn Bros.
Dude, Solemn Bros.
Love that. Solemn is
good.
such good beer. Yeah, such good people.
I went to their Oktoberfest on Saturday.
Yeah.
That was awesome. They had a Wiener bratwurst place. I don't know how to do that.
It's more Middle Eastern.
Is it?
That was
I'm so used to...
Sometimes you got to... It's a Wiener Schnitzel, you know?
Wiener Schnitzel? I can't do that.
Schnitzel
I automatically
Schnitzel
go...
Platz. Yeah.
Schnitzelplatte?
It's because I'm whiter than you.
Yeah, he's extremely whiter than me.
So much more whiter than you.
But, oh man, so yeah, they had like an artisanal, like many different kinds of sausage to eat.
Awesome.
They launched their new beer, Oktoberface, which is actually really good. It doesn't taste like pumpkins or anything, which is good. I'm a big fan.
Is it like, is it an Oktoberfest beer?
It's an Oktoberfest beer.
Kind of like it. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a IPA, like a sessional one.
Is it?
It's like 6%. It's not
okay,
bad.
Okay.
It's really good. They have them at the brew. Dude, I'll get you some. Because it's like $4 for a 4-pack.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I got
12 ounce beers or the tall boys.
The 12 ounce.
4 packs for a 12 boy. Okay, got it. Got it. Cool. That's awesome.
But it was $8 for 2 of them.
That's insane.
Yeah, so like $1.
Man. Yeah.
But it's because I think maybe it's because it's directly from the brewery.
That could be it. If they didn't distribute it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. But that was awesome. I hung out with James and Christina that day.
I think I saw pictures.
Yep.
Posted about them because you're just like loving on them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love my friends, dude.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
You got good people in your life, dude.
I got to hang out with Leia before she left for China. Dropped her off. It was kind of a busy week. We actually didn't stream last week, not because the new job like I thought would happen, but because on Thursday Leia's grandparents went back to the Philippines for 4 months. So like we were hanging out with them, and like I was trying to be like supportive because she was really sad about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were doing that, and then fucking Spider-Man came out, bros.
Spider-Man,
dude! Oh my God, Spider-Man is so fucking good. I could talk about that game forever. Those of you guys who are in here,
I'm so happy.
Watch me play it. You know what I think and what I like.
Yeah.
We can talk about it after the show if you want.
For sure.
I don't want to take any more time away. But other than that, it's just been pretty chill. Oh, hanging out with Josh, Christina, and James, my friends, yesterday. We went to a new barbecue place on Ogden.
Ooh.
It was actually pretty good. I don't remember what it was called, but it's literally 5 minutes down the road.
Yum yum.
Got some burnt ends.
What's your favorite type of barbecue?
What do you mean?
Favorite type of barbecue? Like for meat, like barbecue meat.
Oh, meat. I really like burnt ends.
Burnt ends are good.
Like really good.
Burnt ends are good.
Burnt ends. Like,
I'm a rib fan.
I like ribs.
I'm a rib guy.
But burnt ends have the perfect texture for me, and the reason for that is because if you get like mostly meat, it's like kind of crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. But if you get like a good fatty square, ooh, baby.
Anyone else sobbing? Anyone sobbing from this? That sounds awesome.
It's so good.
I want to get some more.
It was great, yeah, and it wasn't bad. It was one of those places though that I felt like is great now
Mhm.
because it's brand new, but in a couple years it's just gonna be like some sort of garbage
Chain,
barbecue
really?
place.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Soak
I
it
don't
up while
know.
it lasts,
You
man.
guys prove me wrong. Maybe prove you wrong, all right?
Mm-hmm. Real quick, because I forgot we have 2 weeks that we have to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what we also did?
What else?
Childish Gambino, dude.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, we saw Childish Gambino's
Yeah.
last show on Saturday.
Was that last Saturday or the Saturday before?
It was the Saturday before.
Yes, it was the Saturday before because we've been off for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
right? So we saw Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Donald Glover.
Yeah, Donald Glover's name in a Wu-Tang generator
Yes. Is
came out
Childish Gambino.
Do you know your Wu-Tang name?
I do, and I forgot what it was. Let's look it up.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do
Mine
like a quick one.
is
So if you guys have ever been to this, it's a Wu-Tang Clan name generator. And it's amazing. That's how Childish Gambino got his name, which was pretty awesome.
do you want to do your full name?
Let's do Lee Nicholson, yeah. Yeah, that's what Pesty Mastermind.
Pesty Mastermind. What if you do your full name?
Let's do that.
Unlucky Artist. That's how you get the
So
pick
cool.
Too.
So cool.
Mine is
I like pesky Mastermind.
Respected Man. Or no. Respected Madman?
Love that.
Hold on, damn it.
But yeah, so he Childish Gambino said it was his last show, and I was with Elaine who had seen him before.
Respected Madman.
Respected Madman.
That works for me.
This is what I thought. But so he said that it was his last show, but Elaine said at the last time that she saw him, he said the same thing, right?
Maybe.
So I think it's like I think he'll probably just say that, but like there'll be some evolution of his music career.
Maybe he abandons the persona of Childish Gambino and becomes Donald Glover.
Maybe. I was there because of Lando. I mean, I love his music, of course, but like,
Dude, I fucking love Childish Gambino.
Dude, it was really good. It was like one of the best shows I've been to in a long time.
Yeah,
it was
agreed.
Like, it was
we
really,
were
really good.
really far away,
Mm-hmm.
but
Still
had a good.
You feel the
fucking time.
energy in that room.
Oh,
man. That
so
was,
good.
like,
It was
so
church.
Good. Yeah,
he was
for
right.
sure.
He's like talking about it. Came out on stage. He's like, put your phones away.
That was my favorite part.
Yes, everybody just shut the fuck up. And then there was just like, a few disrespectful fucking people.
All right.
There was a gross thing that happened to me.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Yeah. So before the show even started, which I don't even fucking know what this person's idea of fun is.
Mm-hmm.
They were so shit-faced. The show didn't even start. He was already barfing into a bag.
Gross.
And it was the most disgusting fucking thing I had to sit behind because I could smell it.
Ugh.
So we moved seats like more than once, and then I straight up like this dude who was sitting like near our seats was part of the friend group or whatever, and I was like, yo, dude, I know you're friends with this guy. You need to take that bag and fucking throw it away and get him a new one. Because this is fucking gross.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like I cannot sit here
It's gross.
and have that shit happen. Either we're gonna tell security, or like you're gonna have to get his throw up bag out of here. And so like he did it,
So
and everybody
gross,
was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And I was like, hey, you know what? He was actually pretty nice about it.
That's gross. Dude.
Yeah, it was really gross. But the show didn't even start. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's like this guy paid probably a pretty hefty.
He did,
cash
yeah.
price.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know how late he bought his tickets, but again, he spent money to go to a place and literally sleep.
Yeah, and throw up into a bag.
And throw up into a bag.
Yeah.
Why would you fucking
I don't
want
to pay that. I don't want to pay that kind of money for that. Like that's stupid.
That's the kind of experience.
And it was a great show. It was still like a great show.
It was an amazing show.
Thanks for the host, dude. But it was an incredible show. It was like more than I had ever expected because like but just to emphasize that point, I just because here let me find out here.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Donald Glover? He's 34 years old, right? So he's in his mid 30s, like kind of in our pseudo age bracket, right?
He's in our age bracket,
right? So
he knows
like
what
it
it's
was
like to grow up without the internet,
right? And so that was like kind of the cool like moment that I was gathering from the show is that like he depicts like a perfect balance of knowing what's hot, right? Creating what's hot,
mm-hmm.
With like This Is America and his latest album and the album before that.
America.
So it's like he knows how to like get a crowd going and stuff like that. But then he's also like, get your shit together, put your phones away, right? Like the
396 million views on YouTube.
That video like broke the internet quite literally,
Yeah.
which is the name of one of his albums too. So, but it was like I felt so much fucking respect for him because it truly was. That's one of the things that like I love technology,
right?
But as he was stating, I was like, you have to just live in this moment, right?
Right.
Live in this moment, and whether or not you have a picture or a video from it,
right?
Just know that that's forever in your brain, right?
Right.
That memory is always going to be there.
Mad respect.
And you always can go back to it. So he was always just like multiple times. He was like, put your phones away.
Yep.
Put your phones away. Put your phones away.
Yep.
To the point too. I don't know if you caught this. Was like this like young girl was like front row. This like young white chick, and she was like filming in the portrait orientation, and he like almost stops the show, and he's like, you need to record like this, and then like the boy to the boyfriend, he's like, you got to turn the phone and record like that, and then she did, and then like everybody started clapping. It was like, it's so perfect, man. I love the guy. He's such a cool, and he's cool. Elaine's got a super hard on for him, so he's like,
dude, I got a super hard on for him.
Super mad respect, really really cool. But I wanted to mention that because that was like such an awesome thing from like a couple weeks back.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think it's a really good. I mean, it's really important to recognize like when you're not in the moment. Like what is the reason why you're taking a photo or taking a picture or doing taking a video right now? Is it because you're gonna go back and watch this, or is it so that you can post it online and people will like it, and that is what you're looking to accomplish?
That's totally it.
Making the memory permanent.
Right.
And I'm not saying, I would assume positive intent in most people saying like, I want to remember this. Right. But like when I want to do that, I'll take a photo and then I fucking put my phone away.
That's it.
Like that's it. Because right now, like,
I was here.
I'm here. This was a great photo. Time to experience what I paid for.
Yeah, exactly.
Not through another screen. I'm not watching TV right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is interesting how it's like live productions of things.
Yeah.
Like they take that in. That's the whole point of it. It's like it's the fact that they build it from the ground up for a live audience.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything is real. Like, so there's no stopping, there's no pause, there's no, fade to black, there's no nothing, right? So it's like, why not just live in that moment like that, And it's like, it's the same thing as like when people are joking about, video recording fireworks.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing where it's just like, why would you fucking do that? Like, are you going to watch your firework video later? Dude. But it's the whole point of fireworks is that they're big and they're like in your face and they're loud and they're bright and stuff. Can't capture that in a video.
Yeah, it's like when you it's like watching a video that somebody took on Instagram and you just hear like you can't even hear it. Like, what are you fucking doing?
So stupid.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So it's like
there's a obsession though. Like, I mean, we can kind of this is actually we can transition into one of our topics.
Oh yeah,
pretty easily. But with the exploration of virtual reality.
Yeah.
The idea that you could experience that and be a participant with other individuals. The main difference there is that you're not using an object.
Yeah.
Right? It's separate from you trying to capture things. You're experiencing it.
Right.
Even though it's not like.
Yeah. What actually what also comes to mind? Like I was thinking about that too. Like virtual reality is going to be one of the big elements of just experiencing memories again, right? But I had this other epiphany too. So I was walking to my doctor's appointment yesterday, right? Or walking to the train to get to the doctor's appointment. And like as I was walking down the street, it was like this, tree-lined street, in Chicago, and like a shrubbery everywhere and all that kind of stuff. So it was in my field of view, and I had this like really cool like visual that was happening where it's like, how you look straight down a street and it has that like focal point that happens.
Yeah.
And in my situation, there was like a woman walking her dog. And it was like this really cool frame with these trees that were perfect. So it was like really perfectly framed, right? And so in my head, I was like, God, that would be a really good picture. And I knew for a fact I wouldn't be able to capture it like that.
Yeah.
How I was seeing it, right? So I knew I couldn't capture it like that. So I knew I'm not going to take this picture. It's not going to really do. I like to take pictures to just take a good picture, not necessarily for but anyway.
Right.
So future prediction. Right? Future technology prediction, which we love to do on the show.
Yeah.
This is going to really happen.
We've called it.
We call it now.
2 times.
So thinking about the progression of photography.
Yeah.
Right? back to the early days, you're burning all that sulfur, whatever it is,
Yeah.
like to actually get the flash, and then it captures the information. Super grainy. You look at photos today from there compared to the photos today, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Black
right?
magic, yeah.
So I predict a future where photographers and the people developing the technology for cameras, they're going to get smaller and smaller as it's like in our pockets now.
Yeah.
But it's going to capture the same kind of light and the same light, the color, detail, and stuff like that, just as the human eye.
Well, yeah, you're talking about bionic eyes.
Well, but I'm still talking about like a physical, or like looking at a screen or a physical print or something like that.
What if you didn't
it's
even
the
need
capturing
that?
of it. But that's what I'm saying is like people are gonna want virtual reality, but they're also like I don't think we're gonna get too far away from like having a picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Maybe.
so I just predict like
Maybe
we
just
we
like,
can't fathom that, right?
you know?
Yeah, it's like printing out of your mouth.
Sorry, I'm doing stupid. I'm doing stupid shit.
Where did that come from in your brain?
I don't know, dude. Okay, so he
good.
was before we got started. He's like, "Yo, dude, you got something to like put in my tum or whatever?" 'Cause he was asking for a
But
snack.
in my tummy.
And my thought process immediately was like, I was looking around for on my desk, and this is what I was going to give you. It's like a little bead that I have, and I thought he meant that he wanted something to be put into his belly button.
Complete opposite of what I meant.
It's not even what he wanted.
Like not even close.
Yeah.
But then I said, I respect your brain for doing that. Because that's not an easy task for your brain to accomplish.
Yeah, I would have like popped that in there. Like, how's that feel in your tummy? Like, what are you?
I cleaned my belly button today, so we're good, right?
Good man. Good man.
But so I just like I foresee that because like we can't fathom what the next evolution of photography is.
True.
And yes, it'll like a portion of it will be VR, but that's more the video portion of it. So I'm thinking of like if I could take a picture of exactly how I see you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think about it, you have a certain limit of your peripherals.
Yeah.
So that's a framing of like some sort of picture.
Right.
So developing that into some sort of photography would be just like.
What I mean,
incredible.
I just think it'd be like, I'd be able to kind of like a Black Mirror where like all the memories are recorded and you can choose a still moment, and that is like the photo.
That would be kind of a combination of that. Yeah. Like
you're thinking about like
that's a good
bionic
point.
eyes,
Yeah.
right? So like you just be like, "Bleh," and then like what I was thinking was like you literally like, "Bleh," and then like a photo would come out of your mouth. But that shit would just be for comedy purposes. For actuality, like how it would actually work if I was gonna make it, you would have some sort of bionic eye or lenses or something, and being that we'd be at the point where we're growing these things on a regular basis, you get to choose what eye you need or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a filter, UV, whatever, and you just
But
need,
but like right now you need two eyes to gather the sense of depth.
That's what I'm saying though. It's
all
like
that
when
color.
you do this, it'd be like both eyes,
Damn.
picture.
Can you
And
imagine
then you'd be like, okay, well I gotta upload it and then cloud or whatever.
Right, and then you're thinking it.
Or you just unplug your eye and like.
Dude, the future potential of this technology, like, come on.
You guys are
like talk about ADHD, right? Like total tangents that we're going on about like future tech. Like, come on.
But speaking of VR, that's one of our topics. You guys,
get into the topics.
SpaceX got approached by a billionaire to take a bunch of artists into space to the moon.
Pause. Soak it up. Okay? We're now at a point in our society where a billionaire is partnering with a privatized space travel company that's developing rockets that can hold people, and they're going to go out on the moon with a bunch of artists.
Yeah.
Not like, fully trained astronauts that have been doing it for years, not scientists per se. Artists, dude.
Artists.
Like I truly and like so this is no.
Hold on, we're not done with the story.
Oh yeah, please go.
Happens in the year 2023, so not that far off.
A few years.
And everybody here will be able to experience it in virtual reality.
HD virtual reality.
Dude just fucking dropped a network for us to experience things in space in VR.
This is gonna be just like next level.
If flat earthers exist still after this, I will go to everyone's house that thinks this is real and I will poop right there. Drop trowel, perfectly coiled dump right there in front of your door.
The airflow that came out of your mouth when you said poop was just
I thought about it.
Perfect. Poop.
Poop.
So it's like, yeah, so wrapping this like wrapping our heads around this, right? So it sounds science fiction, right? It sounds like no way.
It was
right?
science fiction,
but it's like, but now SpaceX has developed to the point where they have commercial flights, right? That you guys all may have seen like the mock-ups of the actual rockets that will be on the tip of the BFG, which stands for big fucking rocket.
No, yes. That's big fucking gun. I mean, BFR?
Oh, I'm saying BFR. No,
yeah.
I remember that's where they got it from. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the private jet company, now they have like the mock-ups. If there's a way we could pull up like a pic or something like that.
That's what I'm working on, yeah.
So they've developed the actual rocketry for it, and all they needed was people that could pay to go up there, because it's still not cheap to fly a fucking rocket around the moon. So they partnered with a billionaire, this like entrepreneur from Japan.
Yep.
I think.
Yep.
And then they were just like, yeah, let's bring like 8 artists to come up and stuff. So from a creative standpoint, when I conceptualize this idea, from a creative standpoint, like talk about being fucking inspired, right?
Oh, dude.
Like because all of us have an ounce at least of creativity in their brain. All of us. Like whether you know it or not, or you've discovered or tried to search for it or not, we all got it. So if you have that ounce of like creativity in your brain, you know that the things around you.
No,
I think it's just a mock. Yeah. So you all know that it's you get this experience from outside, and like that's what inspires you to create. Like look at that. Oh boy.
Thanks,
so like
fucking
advertisement.
So
it's like you get inspired by the things that are around you, and especially like these big artists, like they'll be inspired by architecture or music or film or whatever it is, and the things that we kind of have to just keep on the planet. So it's like this is next level artistry here of like flying in a fucking rocket, looking back, seeing the entire planet Earth and all of its glory, that giant blue marble. Flying around the moon, seeing that out of the window, and then flying back. It's just like the inspiration is going to be,
the design
and it's going to be just outrageous.
Is similar. It's about
extremely excited for it.
If you have a up all the way,
it's gonna change the way we look at artwork. To an extent. You know what I mean? So,
so imagine the perspective gained as well. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like your art is who you are and your experiences.
Right.
So it's like they're going to be able to take this experience that they're going to go on and translate that into their artwork, because there's going to be multiple different types of mediums, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Or medium artists.
Or musicians, painters, singers.
Ah.
And it'll be like a curated art show in space.
Like I get inspired by space like
dope.
when I play around with music on like an iPad. Right?
Yeah, of course.
And so like I'll make these really, kind of dreamy, trippy soundscape, like,
I started doing it on
beats
here.
going on, like beats kind of coming under it and so all that kind of stuff. I get inspired by my perception of space.
Yeah.
Right? I can only see it in the night sky, maybe through a telescope,
and
right?
pictures and
video, stuff like that. Yeah. But experiencing it.
Well, you remember the VR experience was pretty tight.
It was, and that was the next level too, right? That was,
and that wasn't like real.
That was fake.
It was fake.
I was physically standing on the rings of the orbiting rings of the planet.
Super realistic, but the idea that you existed in this space that is to scale in terms of relativity, like,
right?
You could grab the Earth and compare it to Venus and Pluto and just pick it up. You're like, oh, I'm done with this.
You're a god, dude. You're holding fucking planets and like tossing them.
We're all God, bro. We're all God. Sure. We create happiness. We create so many.
No tangent.
Yeah, sorry. We're all God.
We can still keep control of this. We got this, But I thought that was I thought it was such a cool article. So keep an eye for that. Again, 2023. Is when that's supposed to drop, or at least more plans to come. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk, man, you're crushing it. I know you got a lot of gaff from like smoking weed on Joe Rogan's podcast.
I can't believe that was that. How shitty is that?
It's American society. We're not used to cannabis.
You can't be a real person.
Thing. Yeah. So
clearly he smokes weed. Clearly he can't make good decisions. Because that one moment of him taking a toke totally negates him building a fucking space company and everything else.
He's
dude. Did you listen to that Joe Rogan podcast?
No, I didn't. I want to. Yeah.
So good. If you guys listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, it's 3 hours. I think, or 2.5 hours. But it's so interesting to hear how he talks about his thought process.
Yeah.
Because he's like, the ideas, they just don't stop. Like, I can't even turn it off. He's like, what keeps you up at night? He's like, I just can't turn my brain off.
Yeah.
I just can't. It just keeps going.
It's so nuts. How is a brain like that?
He was talking about, you know, what it was like to be in school, like when he was little. I was like, has it always been like this? He's like, yes. Ever since I was a little boy. Like,
and you could tell, like, when you see him talk, like, he kind of talks slow.
Yeah, but there's
because
he's
like trying to, you know, he's got so much going on in his brain that he's like only trying to get the little pieces out of just constructing a sentence. That's so fascinating, man.
You
like
can see him,
our brains are all similar.
and thinking about everything. It's nuts.
Our brains are all similar, or all the same concept, like objectively, but yes, some of us are gifted more than others of how much you use that brain. You know?
And so
it's incredible.
Not only is this a revolutionary thing, but the drop that this man made. Yeah. So he's like, the moon mission will be live streamed in high def VR. So it feels like you're in the real time minus a few seconds for speed of light. That speed of light reference is apparently a nod to the ever so slight time lag for a signal across the 238,000 miles or 383 kilometers between Earth and he's talking about how he's creating a oh my gosh, what is it? Starlink is what it's called. So Starlink will be active by then. SpaceX is developing a constellation of more than 4,000 Starlink communication satellites to provide broadband internet access around the Earth. You're talking about by 2023, motherfuckers. This is gonna be.
He's got his own
internet all over the space.
He's got his own rockets. He's got his own rockets. He could just, like, put a bunch of those in, like, put a bunch of, like, tiny little communication satellites into planet Earth and talk about...
That literally will change the fucking world, okay?
It will.
Not even just the space, okay? Like, I get it. Yes, the art thing and taking people to the moon is a big fucking deal. This man literally just said he's going to provide internet to the globe by roughly 2023.
If you think about infrastructure, right? So, like, going back to the whole fact that America's internet speeds on average, like, there's places in, like, Uganda and, like, the Congo that have faster internet speeds than we do naturally.
Yep.
All that was because of infrastructure, right? We were decades and decades ahead of the rest of the world, so it's like we started building up this foundation of this kind of technology, and it's way too expensive to wipe it all out and build something new, which is why we are slowly getting to over 100 megabytes per second download speed on your
the infrastructure
internet,
is actually air. And we
but
can talk about this
that's
later,
the thing, right?
But gigabit internet and fiber optic cabling, or the fiber optic like cabling needed to do gigabit internet, is actually built and already in place. It's just not. This is a complete no. It's not. It's not that it's not optimized. It's just not connected to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, there was a grant of over, I don't even know how much money, to broadband providers to do this, and they built it, but didn't fucking do anything besides build it.
Fucking corruption, dude. Fucking American corruption. Yeah.
Comcast.
No, they
Capitalism. God damn it.
Yeah, they did build something across the street from our apartment that was like the new gigabit internet stuff. But my point with this, right? My point with this is just the fact that, like, he's starting from the ground up, even though he's not on the ground, and so he's able to just, like, launch a bunch of those satellites up there, clean slate in theory, hypothetically. And then starting it all fresh, man.
I feel like what he did was he looked directly into the camera and he goes, "Y'all motherfuckers got 4 years.
He was like,
before I make the world internet."
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, man, because, like, he's taking it upon himself and, like, really just.
Well, he's doing that with everything.
Taking initiative. Yeah,
and that's like
with all of his companies.
The idea behind all of his companies is that, yes, there is like a personal gain monetarily, but the idea is that how do we make lives better?
Exactly.
How does that happen?
Exactly.
All right, Bourdain
Connect
company,
us all, dude.
Get us places faster.
Make flamethrowers.
Yeah, make the flamethrowers. Dude, that was he was talking about.
I'm really
that was
wondering
like an overnight thing. He didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
He gives Joe one.
Oh God, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna get in trouble. But he's like, he was saying that the flamethrower thing was like a joke that happened overnight. The same thing with, like, the Bourdain company. Like, the Bourdain company was like a concept and an idea, and then people hired them to actually dig holes. And he's like, okay, well, I guess we need these things. And so he, like, did this over the course of, like, 2 week was talking, I don't know if it was 2 weeks, but he said it happened like pretty much overnight, where they made this like fake thing or like joke thing, and then it became a real thing because it was a good idea. And now he's working in Chicago and like doing all this other shit.
We need to follow Elon Musk a little bit more. Like, you know, so
dude,
what's
how
fascinating
can you
is
not?
like he's an incredibly intelligent man. Let's like I don't want to get that wrong, but it's like but he's just really good at being an excellent entrepreneur. And so and that is grounds for being one of the most influential human beings of our generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you truly look at the stuff, whether you like what he's doing or not, you're truly looking at the stuff that he's accomplished, you know, starting this giant this company that's now outselling some cars that are half the price, you know, and like and you know these commercial space flight, you know, first rocket that was re-landed ever in American history,
Upright.
you know, upright,
Science fiction style.
So all the stuff that we have seen happen, you look outside, you see a Tesla, you're like, oh, that was from fucking Elon Musk, you know. So it's like, so just we gotta follow him and kind of like, you know, and I know he's praised a lot, and like you don't want to praise someone to the point where it's like bad, but it's like we need to make sure we're recognizing his accomplishments and then like hearing him out, so to speak, getting him in that the right direction to keep making things good.
The coolest thing that I took away from that podcast was like his overarching message, and he ended the podcast beautifully, and he said something like approach everything with love and understanding. He's like, that's how everybody should approach everything. Because it's so and they got into like a little talk about like how social media disconnects people because I'm not directly interacting with you, right, and I can be a dick and ignore or do whatever it is I need to do and attack, you know, because it's easy to do it's easy to attack something that is not physically in front of you, right. And the main message, he was like, everything that like I'm doing is to take those inconveniences that like plague the human race and make them better. So you just approach everything with love. And I was like, I didn't expect him to say that because it's such a hippie thing to say. Right. And I don't know if it came out because he smoked weed. Like I don't know, because he didn't
really smoke it.
He did.
Did he really?
Yeah. Watch the video. He took like a puff. He didn't like actually smoke it, but knowing that he doesn't smoke often, there was definitely an effect that happened. Because like,
isn't that crazy?
Throughout the interview, as it gets to the end, hey Jordan, as it gets to the end of the interview, he's more or less like very internal with how he's thinking about it, and he's almost like, did I just smoke weed on the Joe Rogan podcast? There are 10 million people who watch this show. And like, how many people?
Now it's like watch that video. How many people watch that video on YouTube? We're talking about Elon Musk. This is actually one of our science topics of this evening.
13 million views.
13 million views. Oh. But for those just joining us, so like one of our science topics of the evening is talking about how Elon Musk's big fucking rocket, the BFR, is going to have a rocket at the end of it that can hold people, and he just partnered with like a billionaire to send like a bunch of artists around the moon in like a few years, 5 years.
So on average, he gets roughly about 1 million views.
That's insane.
Per hit. On the least popular ones, they're like 500,000, which is still a lot, of
Isn't
course.
That insane?
But
That's so crazy.
Elon Musk has 13 million views. That's fucking
because
crazy.
It was so crazy because you have this entrepreneur, like this huge mogul of tech, you know, smoking dope on a show for the first time.
Yeah,
like you don't really see that.
No,
you don't see
especially somebody
CEOs
who's a
that.
fucking billionaire who's like in charge of everything that we can think of that is futuristic in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
And like, yes, you know what's fucking cool about that? You can smoke weed and be badass and do fucking work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, I don't really like smoking weed or whatever, and he's like, him and Jamie, the guys on the show, were like, you know, he's like, is that a joint? He's like, no, it's like it's a blunt. You know, it's tobacco with some marijuana. Like my buddy blah 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 told me about it. He's like, oh right. He's like, you want some? He's like, is it legal? It's like, yeah, it's legal here. All right.
And just like, yeah,
you
that's all you need. That's all you need to ask.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw like the actual. I saw the bit of it. I just haven't watched the whole interview.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
If there's a way I could like down. On his.
It's on the podcast.
App,
yeah. But, make sure like what I would do is timestamp the conversations that you like want to see, because like that's what I was doing.
I would be fine just watching, listening to the whole thing, like try to.
No, I mean like when you watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like because what I did was I listened to it like 2 or 3 times because it's hard to absorb all of that. It's 3 hours or something like that.
That's my only criticism of that show. It's just like it's so good and valuable, but it's just like so much.
But it's worth it.
2.5 hours.
To me, it's
man.
When I say it's worth it, the idea that you are going to get something out of 2 to 3 hours, and I'm not saying all at once because like I'm listening to it on my commute.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like on the way to work, on the way from work, like I knock it out in about 4 days.
Yeah.
And I'm gaining a perspective that I didn't really understand or do anything before.
Yeah.
Like the most recent one I'm listening to is about Anthony Bourdain.
Oh
and
wow.
He's got the producer of his show.
Oh wow.
On there, and he's talking about what it was like to film with him and like all this other stuff and like his experience with the show, and they talk about Anthony and like how he made the show and how he's a writer and like
cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It's just you don't get that. It's like behind the scenes
dude.
for everything.
R.I.P.
One of the OGs. That's super great.
Yeah. So good. This is gonna be such a cool thing to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of funny? So Elaine came up with something funny.
What?
And then I kind of expanded it because my brain does that. So when 2020 rolls around, we will be, like back into the Roaring 20s, like how the 1920s were seen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're now just getting into a shift of us being able to kind of like visualize, like, I know that we have like historic record and all that kind of stuff, but it's like within 100 years of time, right? We can like actually look back to the 1920s and kind of like think. I guess I'm not. This isn't coming to my brain the proper way, but it's like. But what I thought about is because we're hitting this like 1920s, like 1910s.
You're talking about like when they were doing like the fucking like the futuristic
but there was, like,
expo and like
right. There was just like there was a culture.
Because I'm not actually familiar with the Roaring 20s.
Like think like flappers and like really.
Oh, hello.
Stuff. Yeah, right. Yeah. That kind of thing. So
good day, sir.
This is a way to put it. This is a way to put it. Is like the 20s was a memorable decade, as were the 30s, as were the 40s, the 50s, etc. Right. Yeah. So like. Because the 1910s, the 1900s, you can't really define that decade. Like, obviously, a lot of
Slavery.
stuff happened.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of things did happen, obviously,
yeah.
but it's like, but to call it the 20s, and then know what they're talking about culturally.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? You know
like 2020.
So that's why they call it the Rolling 20s.
It'll be the 12,020s.
Exactly. Right. But it's like, but then there's that, and there's like 30s. So Elaine had a great idea where it's like for New Year's. Going into 2020, it would be 1920 style.
That'd be kind of cool.
Like it'd be kind of a cool, like 100-year celebration of the 20s. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then I just thought
minus
about like
the racism and the sexism.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's the future 20s.
Right. Yeah, this is the future 20s. we've fixed a couple of things, but I just thought it'd be kind of funny, and it's probably going to happen whether we like it or not. But like each future 20s, 21st century decade is going to be some sort of callback.
Yeah.
To that.
Or maybe it's just abandoned and forgotten.
I don't think it will.
It's important to know where you come from.
I don't think it will.
But man,
I mean, think about it.
2060,
right? Which is crazy.
Going to be.
We're gonna live.
We're gonna have Earth Internet.
That's in like 5 years. Okay,
I know it's in 5 years, but like, I don't even know, dude.
Whatever. What can we conceptualize in the 2060s? But like
robots that replace your organs. With
that'll
ones
be
that you've grown there because they're there now.
We'll understand how to download our consciousness. We'll get there.
Maybe.
But it's like, the 2060s will be a throwback to some degree of the 1960s, and then it'll just be kind of like that constant connection.
I would disagree.
I
would say
I think there'll be like
I feel like
revisiting
not so much,
that,
like the last 100 years, right? Like that sort of perspective. Like I agree that it's important to know where we came from and how things are. Because like that lets you appreciate where you are now, and then I can very easily see that as we progress further and further into a futuristic thing, where like if anybody talks about the 60s, they'll talk about like the main points, but everything else will just kind of be garbage.
That's what I meant. It's like it won't be like a replication of the 60s. No.
That's
it'll be just a callback of just like those major moments of it, because it's like it's just like that interesting shift of us being able to define a decade,
right?
And we're also in the generation of throwback, right?
What
we're
do
always
what do you
like
think they'll call
recreation.
in 2060? Sorry, side tangent before we switch.
What do you think they'll call it?
What do you think we would call millennials in the 2060s?
Oh, dude, the definition of that generation will have to happen by that generation, or the generation before it. Like like the millennials was given to us,
right?
Gen X was given to them, Gen Z was given to them, that kind of thing. So it's like,
oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it has to be given to them by the previous generation, you know,
Gotcha.
and that could be something
unrelated.
These are the kooky schmooks of
the kooky schmooks.
It could be
the
something
gobbledygooks.
You never know.
Of the 60s.
You never know.
The 2060s.
But I'm excited for the future, and just because 2020 is like 2 years, a year and a half from now.
I'm gonna barf all over myself.
Isn't that crazy?
If I get an email, and he's like,
Man.
"Yo, dudes, internet's up. Disconnect your
There
shit."
you go, right? Yeah, it's crazy. But it's like
download.
the other thing that made me think about it was like Elaine and I last night watched Boogie Nights for the first time in a while.
I haven't seen that movie.
Dude, it's a great movie.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Doesn't
Young
it
Mark
have-
Wahlberg, all-star cast. John C. Reilly's in it.
Maybe I
R.I.P.
have seen that movie.
You
Hold
might
on.
have seen it. It's with the dong. It's about pornography.
Booby Nights. I almost put
Booby Nights. It's got Burt Reynolds in it. R.I.P. Great film, right? Great film.
No, but I know what this cover looks like.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's a great film. But it's so like one of the scenes in it is like they have a New Year's party that was going into the decade of the 80s.
Okay.
Right? It was like goodbye 70s, hello 80s. So it's like, you know, do you remember the 2010 New Year's? Was that ever a definition to you?
No.
But I feel like we're at an age mentally and like culturally that we're going to celebrate a new decade because we know how much it means.
Well, I don't know. I think
In 2000 we were too young. In 2010 we were still trying to define ourselves as young young adults.
Right.
But now that we're settled to a degree, we have jobs, we have rent, we have all this other stuff. Now we get to worry about the future of our lives.
Right.
So we celebrate
not
the
our
new
lives
decade.
alone too either. We're thinking
Right.
about everyone else's as well.
So we're gonna
Which
celebrate
I think is the
2020.
big thing
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Because like that wasn't really apparent previous generation.
It was always like fend
They're
for
like
yourself.
lead and gasoline? Yeah, that's fine, bros. Like,
Yep.
no, it's not.
Yeah. There's a lot more focus on
We're building things as best as we can.
yeah. So crazy.
Asbestos.
The future is bright. Let's just put it that way. I can't
think
wait for
so.
the future. Get it?
Put
We're here
tinfoil
there.
hat on.
We're now. And we're now in the future.
We're not in the future.
And
The future
now-
has cod bread. Also lots of space junk, or maybe less.
So speaking of space junk, take it away for the next article that
Take
we
it
got.
away.
We got another article, space related, because we love space here on the Exp Talk Show, Talk Shast Podco.
What's talk shast?
Dude, that's how my brain just falls it out.
Yeah, it just like throws up in there,
Yep.
and it's just like.
Yeah, but at this, but
Oops, I
hey,
hit the
mean,
mic.
I say it confidently, and then it sounds
Until I ruin it. Ruin it? To see, I'm
okay.
doing
He
the
says
same
weird
thing.
things too, man. Your brain.
So-
Talk Shat Posco.
Talk Shat Posco. Welcome to
What?
Talk Shat.
Damn.
You guys want to?
Dyslexia.
Well, that kind of works. I mean, we can have like a Talk Shat hour where we're just like things leave our brain.
literally just like have an
Shit.
ADD tangent,
Yeah.
like just like try almost like on purpose.
We
like,
gotta do it on
force our
purpose. So
ADD.
the best way we can do this is sleep deprive ourselves, and then definitely
Super autopilot.
drink beer or.
That's
other
one thing,
things.
That's one thing that we don't do on the show that I feel every once in a while.
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't be a part of the XP Talk Show Science Edition. It would be like casual
Casual
talk
hangout.
chat.
Talk Shat. The Talk Shat hour.
The Talk Chat on
Trademark.
Saturday.
Trademark. Talk
Trademark,
Shat hour.
TM. So for those of you guys who don't know, we as humans have put a lot of space junk in the Earth's atmosphere. I don't know if you guys know this, but NASA currently, not currently, but they've been tracking the amount of space debris that floats around our Earth. And what I mean by that is like the bolts and broken satellites and missile pieces and rocket
Think about
shit.
anything.
That is garbage from things going into space that we put there, whatever it is, it's floating around us, and goddamn, we're watching it. Let me show you a little picture of this little concept. Look at that. Look at this.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
So it may look like that up there, right? Let's be real.
It does look like that, I think.
Look like that up there, but you know, when we see the sky, like there is obviously just so much space. So like in between some of the areas between some of those satellites and stuff like that is probably like 300, 400 miles.
Yeah, but the key thing to know about this stuff is that they're tracking it, and it does affect how effective or when they can launch things.
Exactly, because you literally, like, you know, if you think about it, you know, something's got to fly up, and if it hits something, then you're
pretty much fucked,
right?
Yeah,
because like thinking about conceptualizing debris around the planet, like
with
orbiting
no
Earth.
Slowing down.
With no slowing down.
Because if it did slow down, again, like this would re-enter the atmosphere and it would burn up and like all this other shit. But this is just fucking nuts. We're tracking bolts and all these other shit that are flying around at hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour that could pierce through satellites and rockets. So we have to be careful and track it and know where to go.
Exactly.
But yeah, the reason why I bring up space junk is because there is a net that is going to go to the outer region of space that they're working on to clean up dangerous space debris.
Love it. Space junk.
So here
let's
is
like watch
the video.
This video. Okay, so this is like when I watched this, I was sitting in our break room and I was like, what? Literally, I was like, this is not real.
I miss those, dude. When me and him worked together, we would be like, if we had lunch at the same time, one of us would be like yelling about some shit,
like,
and then I'd be like, "What are you watching?" And you're like, "Dude,
I have to show you this cool thing."
Yeah.
But so this is video. This is a video
to the internet.
Up here, this is a video, actually taken in space. I'm not quite sure what the actual satellite that shot this footage is, if it's the ISS or not. I don't think it's the ISS, but like this is actual footage of a net being cast to grab a rogue satellite.
Also, before we get started, Donia Enterprises, congratulations on getting pregnant.
Nice, congratulations.
I don't know if you were actually working on it, but congrats. Guy Manley, welcome in. So you're going to TwitchCon, awesome.
Manly Guy Manley.
Yeah, they did put an electric car up there.
Oh.
All right, let's start this.
Donya's a male. Look at that.
So there's the net.
And then just
catches it.
Right? So incredible.
And then it starts to fall towards the earth and burn up.
It's like kind of like weights itself down. No.
Can you imagine being an astronaut, like in the upper half of the atmosphere, and you're just like pooping?
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about it. So that was a real video of space and a net casting onto a satellite. So a couple things came to mind. I showed a couple friends at work that video, and they're just like, "That doesn't make sense." But if you think about it, like if they're not tethering it back, they're not bringing it closer, because we're talking no resistance, no gravity, and then going hundreds of miles a minute, right?
Right.
So they can't. It's not like they could just easily pull it in. It's not a fish, you know. So they're not roping the stuff in. Just to your point, like it's usually trying to get it back into the atmosphere so it could burn up.
Right.
But not only that, but if you notice how fast that thing was spinning, and then when it hit the net, it just gets caught up in itself and then just really starts to slow down.
Right. So
that they may potentially be able to send something out to them, grab it, and then
destroy
it.
Falls.
Or it falls, right? So it's like, that's kind of our best bet right now in the small scale of trying to clean up that stuff. But we know for a fact that there's going to be some system that's going to come into place where it's
sure.
But,
I think
but I'm excited about it, man.
I think like the whole idea behind it is pretty neat. Like I just like the fact that nets to me seem so primitive, though.
It does, doesn't it?
I feel like what the best thing to do would be to just, blow up a nuke. No, I'm just kidding. That we did blow up nukes in space, by the way. That's why a lot of that shit's there. But anyway,
you know what's kind of
maybe like a magnet. I don't know.
That's the thing. It's like not all this stuff is made with magnetic materials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, think of like, is this not crazy? The concept of a net is
just a fucking net.
Is thousands of years old.
No, it's way older than that.
Thousands.
No, let's see. Well, hold on.
How old is the net?
Net made by man.
When was the net first made?
10 oldest known objects made by man.
Yes.
Ice Age.
Batons.
See this fucking net, bro.
Paint. Ancient flutes.
Bone owls. Sandax, Alduin. Nope.
Come on, give
Damn
me
it.
something. So,
A fishing net. Okay.
the concept of
27,000 years ago.
I said thousands. I wasn't wrong. Was I wrong?
No, you're not
I
wrong.
wasn't wrong. Thank you. So, so it's thousands of years old, like this. That the concept of a net was created, and we're using it in space in 2018. I think this was.
Wow. Dude.
How crazy is that?
I never really thought about
Just like
how long
whoever
a net's
came up
been
with
there.
the concept of a net is just like, probably swimming in cash.
fuck.
Maybe he has to use a net to
I feel like
catch all his cash piles.
the oldest nets are found in the
Get it?
Mesolithic era.
Yes, build the mega made from Spaceballs. Hell yeah, that's available for 4K.
50,000 years ago.
That's
God
crazy.
damn.
That's so crazy. Just like it's just like.
Well, you think
primitive
when
stuff.
you say primitive, like quote unquote, you remember how like we were talking about how it's possible that we were actually really advanced, and then the whole solar flare thing, meteorite, whatever theory you want to throw out there happened. Great flood wiped a majority of us off, and then the only people that were left were the ones
Smarty
traumatized, not smart, traumatized individuals sharing stories of like, oh god, it's bad.
Yeah, right.
1,000 years of hellfire, whatever, and like the only thing they brought back with them was like nets.
And like
And
spikes. Or they had the knowledge and they had to just like rummage through that. It's a great theory. It really is. Like,
Dude.
That's such a cool thing. But it's just like it's very odd to see technology that was from 50,000 years ago
Right.
used in modern times
In the Earth's atmosphere.
in the Earth's
Where
atmosphere
people don't go.
to grab technology that's $1 billion,
Mm-hmm.
and they just slow it down to do that stuff. I think it's insane. I kind of foresee, like, other than the Mega Maid from Spaceballs, I imagine just like a ship of some kind,
Like a
cleanup
freighter.
ship, right? And it had a net that just casted below it. That just somehow, I don't know.
That would make sense.
Like we would use the same kind of techniques.
You would need some like force fields.
Right. You know what I mean? So, like, I know that things in the water have a resistance that is just water, but, like, it could be a similar concept that just like that.
I was like, oh, what about water in the atmosphere? But it wouldn't work.
Right.
But unless it was artificial, in which case it could slow everything down, because the reason why that even slowed down in the first place was because the momentum of the net was going towards it.
Yeah, right.
And so
right.
the way physics work, if two colliding forces hit each other, then there's a
Equal
dispersion
but opposite.
of the force, and then it slows down because of physics.
Because of physics, y'all. Oh, that's
Pardon me, sorry.
We
I
just-
burped it out of focus. Burped
Yeah, right.
it into focus.
we just like threw some science at you and it kind of unfocused there a
Man.
little bit. But it's just like such a cool thing to see people thinking about those elements of just trying to clean up the planet.
Hey,
Or the-
Paul,
or
how
the-
about a
the-
space net? Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to make a space net for you? Okay, cool. I'll make a space net.
make a space net.
Right?
2 weeks later.
Yeah, let's unleash the Gundams.
Unleash the Gundams.
Just clean up space in a Gundam like fucking mech ship.
That'd be so
cool.
tight.
Oh my god, I would want that.
Sign me up.
It's so cool. But yeah, that's like this. That's our second article of the night. We got that cool like net being casted. So it's just cool to see some of this new technology. But the other thing that came to mind, just kind of, out of my thoughts. So there's also a video online that I thought was just so cool.
Yeah.
I think it was a video from the ISS. Looking back at Earth and watching a rocket launch, like say like ISS footage of rocket launch or something like that. And I think it was a SpaceX launch, if I'm not mistaken.
Kennedy's Space Station? No, that's from 2017.
It was literally like it was something that was so.
Watch NASA's test satellite launch on a SpaceX.
No, it was straight up like footage from the ISS looking down back at Earth and watching because we've all seen like rocket launches from like a drone or like a plane or a helicopter or something like that, and it looks super cool when you're in space in the sky. But this was like next level. We're gonna find it here, because the reason why I want to watch it again is just because because it's just visually like out of this world.
Watch rockets launch captured on video from space?
Yes.
This one?
I think so. I try to track
Let
this
me
down
make
here.
this really quick.
Yeah.
Gandalf, hi! Oh my god, welcome in. boys and girls. I got alerts muted right now because we're doing the talk show. Vex is here. I vex you too. I saw you earlier. I apologize. Is it this?
Kinda. Yeah, that's like an example of it, but this was just like...
Is it HD?
So this particular video, oh, this is gonna kill me. I need to find this. Because it's just like so fucking... But anyway, so it's basically just like when you see a rocket being fired.
Did you watch it
from
on
space,
YouTube?
I think it was on YouTube.
Check your history if you're signed in.
I don't know. That would show it.
Lorgar! I like your name.
That's a killer name, dude.
Serious time, science talk.
Maybe try. Yeah, maybe
Gandalf.
I'm gonna try to do this. So for those of you just tuning in, so we talked a little bit about Elon Musk's SpaceX company. Of course, because we love Elon Musk and we love SpaceX. He's gonna send a rocket around the moon, and he partnered with a billionaire. He's gonna bring a bunch of artists and a bunch of musicians up there to fucking go crazy.
Yeah, and he's also low-key dropped. He's creating this thing called Skylink, which is gonna provide the Earth.
Just so nuts. I think I just saw it on Reddit. I'm pretty sure.
It's gonna provide the Earth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Reddit. Pretty sure I Reddited it.
Earth with internet.
Internet Earth. But it's like, but so yeah, I can't find it, but if I can, I'll try to show you. But
no worries.
It was just like, it was straight up science fiction, right? And it just like, I visualized just like how we just casually go into space.
Yeah, now
right?
we do.
From when you
well,
have
not
that,
casually, but like when it starts to happen casually.
Right. So like
by 2023, apparently it's supposed to be ultra casual, boys.
Cross your fingers. So like when you're looking back down at Earth from space,
dude,
it seems so small, right?
AKA, you don't need to pay anybody. I'll just do this.
But you should still put the biddies in there, dog.
No, don't
put the bits in there, bro.
You don't need to do that. I'll do that shit for free.
This is me. This isn't your decision. It's my beer that we're patting here. Okay.
Don't ask for money.
You put them goddamn bits in there.
No.
I'm kidding.
Don't do that. You don't have to do any of that. I will thank you though. I thank you.
So kind.
It is soft, supple even. Is the word I would use to describe it.
It's braily. No,
it's not
braily.
braily.
It's like brushy.
It doesn't feel like pubes at all. If you're wondering.
No, unless if you have like ultra long pubes.
No way. This is like
dense, isn't it?
It's dense. There's a thickness.
So dense.
THICC. Thick beard.
Yeah. Gandalf the Grey, dude. We talked about Lord of the Rings earlier, actually.
What's plat? What does that mean?
I'll hide it now. Take that.
But
yeah, so like conceptually, right?
Yeah,
so thinking about the ISS looking at, or just some sort of like satellite looking back at Earth watching a rocket launch. So it brings into mind the idea of how small we are, right? So on Earth, when you're looking at a rocket launch, you're like, holy shit, that probably took a lot.
Yeah, because
it's huge, right?
From
it's
the
huge,
ground.
and it's like, and you got to lift off this rocket with just as much propulsion as you can to get it out of out into space.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're looking at it from space down to Earth, it looks like it's
little poop.
You're firing like a firework.
Oh, like a whoo!
Yeah,
pop.
That's like all it looked like. It was like, whoop,
yeah,
and then it's like in space, and it was cool to see. Because you know why rockets, when they get launched, they go like that, right? They go on that kind of trajectory.
It's a lot easier to not fight gravity going straight up.
Exactly. And it also and it's like as the Earth is rotating, so that technically is straight up. You know what I mean? Which is cool, super cool.
Yeah.
So that's the other reason why they kind of do it, like why it looks like they're flying like this. When in reality, they're flying up.
I love those. It makes me think of the long exposures that people do where they just aim up at the sky and you get to see everything moving around it. That's the only time
like when you see the
yeah, it's the only time I've been able to conceptualize like, yes, we're on a spinning rock in fucking space.
So fucking cool.
So dope.
The evidence is so real.
So let's do a recap really quick. So
yes.
The whole first part of the podcast we talked about a billionaire entrepreneur using SpaceX to bring a bunch of artists into space to do different works such as art, paint, dance, sing, whatever. He also low-key, it's not even low-key, he high-key mentioned Skylink, which is supposedly a network of 4,000 plus satellites that would allow to the Earth to be provided internet. which is fucking crazy. And then
Can't wait for that future.
we talked about cleaning up space junk and showed a video of a net being fired into the atmosphere and catching a broken satellite that was out of control.
A net. Video of a net.
So over the course of 50,000 years, we have stopped using them for fishing and are now catching space junk that we created.
We haven't stopped using them.
We haven't stopped using nets for 50,000 years.
Right. We've used nets
sounds
for
way
50,000.
cooler.
I know, right? Like
We're so good at using nets, we use them in space now. That's the story.
That's even better way to put it. God damn it. That's just so cool.
That's why ADHD is fucking dope sometimes.
Yeah,
All right.
like you can let your brain go on autopilot and just like tell your thought for you.
Dude,
right?
ambiguity. That's what that's what our brains do.
Yeah.
Our brains are like constantly in ambiguity, and then words just kind of fucking get thrown at you, and you
and
say
they
things
just,
like
blah.
talk shat.
Yeah, Talk Chat Podco.
Podco, yeah.
That
Podcast
doesn't
talk
make any sense.
show.
Yeah. Some of you guys are joining us a little bit
What was I
later
gonna
on the show. Like we've been streaming for just a little bit. We do this every week, so everybody just to get them up to speed on the show.
Yeah, please.
Right? So again, this is the Exp Talk Show, podcast talk show, show tag, pod show. I'll just let it go.
Pod show.
And we do this every Thursday. Most Thursdays. Sometimes we take a day, like a week off, just
Like
to be,
last week?
Like last week. Take care of our lives, reset our clocks and our brains. But we try to do it as many Thursday nights as we can. Usually around 7 o'clock p.m.
Correct.
Central Standard Time. And it's a science-fueled podcast. So we talk about like crazy things in space, crazy things on Earth, you know, philosophical ideas, thought-provoking ideas, cultural ideas, like really anything that our ADD brains can put into a conversation.
Yeah, and we're not experts at all. Like, this is all just about a passion for
hype dudes.
Experience. We're hype dudes for the Earth and human
We're
beings.
hype dudes for the universe, man.
That's a dope
Write
headline.
Write it down.
Okay.
Someone write it down. Hype dudes for the universe.
No.
Hashtag. Get that on a t-shirt.
I'm working on it.
Hype dude for the universe. Trademark. If someone makes that into a t-shirt, send it my way.
TM.
Okay?
Okay,
So sick.
So before we end, knowing what we covered, does anybody have any questions for what we talked about, or any questions for us in particular? Please let us know before we go. Right.
And just to elaborate on that too, so in this near future, so Steve's working on a killer Discord for the show and for the stream in general and for his streaming community. Oh yeah, Jordan.
Dude, Jordan, I am enjoying the new job.
Sick.
Shout
out to you.
The job is allowing me to have a good work-life balance, and I didn't spend money on lunch all week.
That's insane.
Like it's profoundly amazing.
What kind of food do they have?
They have, there's like I make protein shakes every day.
Damn.
Like that shake we just drank. Every day, but different ingredients and stuff.
Man.
So that's all I have, because I don't want to eat. If I eat something too heavy, then I can't go to the end of the day, without being sleepy or tired.
I hate that.
And because I'm sitting at a desk, like the cool thing is, if you're like, I don't want to work in here, you can literally go pick your shit up, work outside, go wherever you need to.
I love that.
So it's like
mobile
do whatever you
workforce,
need
man.
to. So they really have an emphasis of what works for you, and as long as you're doing your work, fine.
Exactly.
But
when they give
have
you that freedom, it's like you want to do a good job.
Yeah, because they trust me. It's like I'm not gonna betray your trust.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because
that's the workforce, man.
Yeah. But yeah, the hours are great. The money's good too.
Excellent.
But honestly, if they paid me really well and I didn't like where I was, I would leave. I figured that out in my last job where I was getting paid semi-decently, but the stress outweighed any fucking personal gain that I could make. It was just so bad. You guys who have been here for a while know what every 3 months, it was like that third month, I ain't gonna be streaming that much.
I hate everything.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything. I just want to go home and eat food and die.
Yeah, the die part's not good, but
no, it's not good.
But yeah, so we want to open up the... That's good, yes.
What questions do you guys have?
So we want to open it up to the chat, so if you guys, again, have any questions, concerns about the show, maybe future topics you might want us to cover.
We got a good one in the old Discord that I'm not going to link out because it's old, but I did read this article today, thanks to Josh. Octopus is rolling on MDMA.
Yikes. Octopi. Okay? octopi. Are you scared? Ooh, are you scared of the future of AI? That is a whole discussion topic. We have talked about that in the past. I am not.
I am.
Right? And I think the whole world is that way too. It's a split street. Now, my perspective is this. The reason why I'm not afraid of it is kind of simple. Just the fact that people are saying that they're afraid of it, the people that are in charge of that artificial intelligence, what kind of conversations do you think they're having, right? So I think that like they'll have to develop it in a way where yes, it will start to learn on its own, and start to develop on its own, but they have to
There has to be control.
Put this in. There has to be a control, and they have to put this into consideration of the fear of it.
Well,
everyone's
the
talking
fear
about
is
the
the
fear
lack of control.
But that's the thing. It's like that's what everyone is talking about.
But
so,
that's the danger. The danger is the lack of control and like.
But don't you think the people that are in charge of creating the artificial intelligence would be thinking of those different factors? I beg to differ.
I feel like.
Did you not think that the Teslas could do what they do? Right? You couldn't even conceptualize the fact that they could do what they do. Right?
Completely different.
But like my point is like from a technology standpoint, like you can never know what a piece of technology is going to have the capabilities of doing it because the people in charge are thinking of that.
You do when it's a car. You don't when it's a thing that can figure out more than one problem and learn our entire history and how we make things and how we operate in a week.
But so
or less.
Before you started saying like to learn about our history and stuff.
Like
that. You
imagine
said
like a war
robot,
right?
Yeah.
AI.
I think there's a Kurzgesagt.
Skynet, bro.
There's a Kurzgesagt video
that perfectly summarizes it.
Perfectly sums it all up and like really kind of addresses the fear and like and the unknown about it. So I just think that like I just think that the people that are in charge like have already talked about that and can created some sort of fail-safe or something like that.
All right, here, you guys take a look. Take a look at this video. Let me know what you think later. What other questions do you guys have?
So sick. Give it to us.
Kurzgesagt is
Dude, Kurzgesagt is one of my favorite YouTube channels.
You know, my favorite thing is there's so much information in such a short amount of time.
Packed into those.
And his voice is so buttery smooth. It's like, how can you not listen to that?
How about the rise of robots?
Yeah. Addiction isn't a blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so good. Any other questions before we raid somebody?
We're going to raid somebody because, boy,
it's...
I need to put some food in my belly. I'm going to have a sandwich when I get home because we bought lunch meat and we bought cheeses.
Yay.
Oh, I can't wait to eat a lunch sandwich with cheeses in it. Maybe a glass of whiskey. I got a bottle of Redemption Rye.
Ooh.
I'm going to have a nice little glass.
Let's see.
How often do we kiss? Whammerstein. I fucking know who you are. And I hate you.
We kiss every night.
We do kiss every night. Every night before bed. So, actually, after the show, Steve goes to bed, and I kiss him right in the lips.
Yep.
Before he goes to bed.
That's exactly what happens.
Do you think the fourth dimension... Wait, do you think fourth dimensional beings exist? Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know that.
That's too much to understand.
I think that things exist out of our perceivable universe that we don't comprehend. So, yes.
I think I think the whole point of the fourth dimension. So if we live in the third dimension, we only know the third dimension, right? So I know that a lot of scientists are kind of, veering towards the fact of discovering a fourth dimension, but I quite literally think that we can't conceptualize it because we don't live in a fourth dimension.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I think it would be interesting. If we do, oh my gosh, prove me wrong, because that would be so sick. The possibilities of what can happen in a fourth dimension, oh man, it'd be so sick. But we don't know that.
All right, bros, we're gonna go raid. We raided him yesterday, but Ancient Dragon, the homie, is still live.
Love this big boy.
How can there be a fourth dimension if time moves slower when we have a slow Monday? Shut up, Zader.
Man, that's so silly.
You're fucking with me.
You're so silly.
I don't like it.
But yeah, we're gonna pass.
Stop.
Oh boy.
Oops.
We're gonna pass it. Okay. We back? All right, guys, we're going to stop the show for tonight. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, talking about some really cool things about space. Again, we want you guys to join us every week as much as you can. If not, throughout the week when we don't have the show, check us out on Instagram. Check us out on the Twitter machine.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the Exp Talkshow.com. Check out t-shirts, dude. Okay?
Bam, go there.
Check out that link because we got all the stuff that we need, or that you'll need, all your sweet baby brains that you need
all your
for
sweet
your little
brains.
dose of the Exp Talk Show podcast show po.
Check it out.
So,
Hey, check it out. Look.
oh boy, it's kind of grimy.
We got all this shit. Look at all this cool. We got our charities up here. We got
We
maps.
got cherries that
We got
we're
Extra
going
Life.
towards. We got all that.
We got all.
That's got all the information that you're gonna need.
We got all our merch.
to check us out.
You can wear a cool shirt just like Lee.
The shirt I wore it the other day. Damn, it's cozy.
It's cozy.
So cozy. Comes in black, like a heather black, and like a dark blue, which is super slick.
And they're printed by a great friend.
A great friend.
Haphazard Press in Bloomingdale. My friends Joel and Chris
How shout out.
on this place. They're
How
great.
now shout out.
Oops.
How now shout out.
They're great.
But yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please give us some feedback. We always love to evolve
You guys will
the
be
show.
able to, when you guys, when we have the Discord go live, there's going to be sections for all of this stuff so you guys can be more involved. Again, like, yeah, we do the show every week, but the idea is that we want to grow a community around the excitement of like science and philosophy and sharing experiences.
We love it.
And I haven't had a Discord to represent that because like for the longest time, I've really felt disconnected from Discord because
Yeah.
it just seems like a place where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm a streamer and you're a part of my community because
Right.
I'm a streamer, but I don't want
I need
that
an
ever.
app. I need an app that we could both chat with on a game. Like that's kind of like how I look at it right now.
Yeah.
But it could be so much more.
Yeah, it could be more,
Right.
You know, and how cool would it be if we had like call in?
Oh man.
You know, like,
That's
hey, I've got
next
a
level.
question. We can organize like talking before the person calls in. So
Hi,
that,
long-time listener, first-time caller.
right. Yeah. What do you guys like?
I want
Ask your
that.
questions in person if you want, right? So it'd be really cool.
Like Skype in. Can you imagine? Oh,
We could do it in Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
I'm gonna have a
That's
prank
next level
call
tech.
channel. But
Next
anyway,
level tech.
but yeah, so I'm excited to share that with you guys once it's all finished and done and everything. For anybody who wants to watch our past episodes, they're all highlighted and available to watch.
They're fun.
All of them, like
They're
literally all of them, even the garbage ones from like when we first started.
Ooh.
They're hard to watch, but if you want to see where we
Still
came
us,
from and
dude.
like all that, then you can find out how we got codfish bread and everything behind us.
Codfish bread.
All right, we're gonna get out of here.
yes.
Lee, do you have anything that you want to plug?
No. Check me out on the internet.
That's his
My
name.
Twitch page is not this because Twitch refuses to let me take this name from a user who doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So on every other social media platform, that's me below. I don't
Is
stream
it R2?
too often.
No,
Yeah,
it's R2.
TWO.
Lee 2.
Yes.
That's his link if you want
Don't
to give
stream
him a
too
follow.
often. Don't really have the setup for it. Planning a wedding. I'm getting married in a month.
Crazy.
Plugging my wedding. Getting married in 30 fucking days. As of today. 30 days from today, I'm gonna be wedding the woman of my dreams. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna drink a lot of beer. He's coming.
I'm gonna be there.
And
I'm gonna be a chauffeur.
usher.
Usher. That's what
Is
it's
gonna
called.
be there. Oh my gosh.
Isn't a
it's gonna be
chauffeur and
magic.
an usher similar?
Chauffeur is a driver.
Oh, you're right.
Usher is a person who
Can I be the chauffeur?
Can I guide you to your seat?
Come do it.
What's going to be amazing is that your job's just going to be like guiding our families. That's
Yeah.
primarily
Yeah.
it.
Can
And
I
then
talk
just
like a
everyone else.
weenie?
I want you fucking bow tie tux 3-piece, white gloves. Okay?
May I take your hat, sir? May I take your hat?
That's a really good Magilla gorilla.
Thanks.
It's a really good
It's from
Magilla gorilla.
it's actually from SpongeBob, so maybe it's from McGill.
It's probably depends. Or Grape Ape. No, Magilla the gorilla. That's it. That's it. Which, by the way, Harvey Birdman is fucking coming back.
Really?
Yes, mid-October.
Mid-October.
cannot
You guys
wait.
heard it here,
Harvey
boys.
Birdman.
Oh no, we're leaving.
Sorry,
Jordan,
y'all.
don't worry about it. I love you. Let me give you a smooch.
No.
Mwah.
Okay, I'm gonna play bad cop here. Fuck you guys for showing up late. Okay, you all know what time we start the show. Okay, you guys happen to come late. You did it on purpose, right? You want to catch the tail end of the show just to make sure that you say I was here, but you weren't here. Okay, missed all the conversation. It was great, but I fucking hate you guys.
Just leave. Just walk off.
JK, you're the best.
I have a shotgun sound we can play.
Pachoo, Pachoo. Now I got it, dude. Pachoo, Pachoo.
Sound like a Pokemon.
Perfect, dude.
That's
That's it, man. That's it. We'll see you next week on the Exp
Don't
Talk
end
Show.
on that.
What?
That was mean.
What?
You're like, you
What,
pieces of shit.
No, I was totally
Bye, guys.
And I was like, psych, guys, I love you.
No.
You guys know I was kidding.
Yeah, you guys know.
Come on.
Whatever.
I'm not going to play the bad cop. I'm not a good bad cop. I feel weird.
We love you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. As always, we'll be live during the week. Keep an eye out on the Twitter. Check out the Stof. And if once the Discord is live, keep an eye out. I will be posting it in the info panel below. We love you guys.
Say bye to the fish cod.
Before we go, let's rate. We're rating Ancient Dragon. This is where we're going.
Hi-yo!
This is the raid message. Passing out the party hats.
Passing out the party hats. Passing out the party hats. Passing out the party hats. Passing out the party hats. Jeez, passing out party hats. Passing out party hats.
He's still
party,
live, isn't he?
Huh? Passing out.
Yep.
Hats,
Okay.
party in the hats. Hats, pass out a party in the hats.
We'll see you guys in Ancient Dragon's channel. Love ya. Give you a smooch. Mwah, mwah,
Smooches all
mwah.
day. Mwah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.